joining me today. We are going to be doing a 50-minute mat Pilates class utilizing a set of light weights. Roughly around 2 to 3 pounds is all you're going to need. If you don't have weights, feel free to grab a water bottle, a set of water bottles, or a set of soup cans, and let's get started. Sitting at the front of your mat with your weights in your hands. Here we go. 2 straight legs, glue them together nice and tight. Flex your feet. Feel like you're sitting nice and tall on your sit bones. And then just bring your arms forward in front of you with the palms of the hands facing in towards each other. Taking an inhale through the nose. Exhale, begin to roll the spine down 1 vertebrae at a time. Feeling how your weights are actually giving you a little bit of assistance here. Take an inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, begin to lift the head, neck, and shoulders, engage your abdominals, and roll yourself all the way back up. Again, feeling those weights provide a little bit of help. Inhale, sitting tall. Again, exhale, roll the spine down, 1 vertebrae at a time, piece by piece. Inhale to bring your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, engage your abdominals, roll yourself all the way back up. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, roll it down. Keep your hands shoulder width apart. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Roll yourself back up. 1 more time. Exhale, initiate with those glutes. Slide the tailbone underneath you. Inhale, arms to the sky. And then exhale, last time, coming all the way back up. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, roll down 1/4 of the way. From here, bend the elbows in next to your waist. Exhale, press it forward. Inhale, bend. Exhale, forward. In and out. In and out. We're working to keep our legs heavily weighted on the ground. Keep your heels on the floor. Keeping our lower back rounded in a nice letter C. And start to alternate the arms. 1 is forward, 1 is bent. Switch and switch. Do not let your body be affected by the movement of your arms here. So we are not twisting. Just stay still. The only thing moving is your arms. Bring 2 straight arms forward in front of you. Hold it. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, begin to roll the spine all the way back down, extending the arms up to the ceiling. Rotate the palms of the hands to face forward, and float the legs up into a tabletop position, bringing your knees up over your hips. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, chest lift up, lower the arms down by your sides. Inhale to lower the head. Exhale, chest lift, lower the arms. Inhale, lower down. Then you can add your legs. As you lift up, extend the legs out straight to about a 45-degree angle. Pause for a second. Inhale to come back down. Exhale, lift, pause, hold for like maybe 1 or 2 seconds. Inhale, lower down. Keep going. We are working in our Pilates imprint. Keep your lower back firmly pressing into the mat at all times. On the next one, stay lifted, hold it. Legs are straight. Start to pump the arms gently. Breathing in through the nose for 5, out through the mouth for 5. Keeping your chin close to your chest for the least amount of strain on your neck. Then go ahead and rotate the palms of the hands up to face the ceiling. Bend the knees and the elbows, and then re-extend the arms and the legs. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straight. Ideally, we're staying in this chest lift. If it's too strenuous on your neck, please feel free to keep your head down. You can always pick it back up if you feel recovered. Keep everything extended straight. Open and close the arms and legs just about as wide as your mat. Then you're going to bend the elbows and the knees, lower the head, take a quick breath. And let's go ahead and extend the arms down by our sides, palms facing in towards each other. Legs are still in tabletop, and we'll extend the arms out to the side to create the letter T. Moving into a T press. Exhale as you lift the head, neck, and shoulders, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Add your legs if you're ready. Reaching them out straight as you lift up. Keep breathing, squeeze all that stale air out. Go for 3, and 2. The last one, we're gonna hold it, stay lifted. From this position, just the legs lift a few inches, lower a few inches, teasing those abs. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees in, lower the head, neck, and shoulders. Hug your knees in towards your chest, rock side to side, gently massaging your lower back. Then we'll be moving into some bridge work here. So place your feet flat on the floor, about 4 or 5 inches apart. Extend the arms up to the ceiling, palms facing in towards each other. Take an exhale, we're going to imprint the lower back so it's flat and begin to roll your hips up into a spinal bridge. Take an inhale here to stay, and then an exhale to slowly articulate your spine back down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Little inhale at the bottom to reset. Exhale, engage the glutes, roll the hips up. Inhale at the top to stay, and then an exhale, slowly roll the spine all the way back down. At the top of this next bridge, go ahead and stay lifted. Notice your glutes and your hamstrings working together. And let's take a skull crusher. Inhale to bend the elbows, bring the weights to the sides, the temples. Exhale, reach back up. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach. The neck is long. The chin is out of the chest. The knees are still pointing forward. Be careful they don't start to flare out to the sides. And then keeping those elbows bent in a sharp 90-degree angle, start to gently pulse your hips up and down. Small pelvic thrust. And keeping those hips lifted, extend the arms up to the ceiling. From here, round your elbows slightly and take chest flies. Inhale, open the arms long to the side. Exhale, lift them back up. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Check in with your knees. Make sure they're still pointing directly forward. Hips are still nice and high. And then let's keep those arms wide to the side and then gently pulse the hips. Your arms are close to the mat but not touching it. Backs of the legs should be on fire. And lifting those arms all the way up, rotate the palms of the hands to face forward. Take a bench press, lower the tailbone to the mat, lift it all back up. Inhale, down. Exhale, tap. Down, tap. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. These can be a little quicker. They're a little more direct, so they should burn a little bit more. If your feet are getting away from you, feel free to adjust them, pull them back. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last time, stay lifted at the top. Take an inhale, lift up a little bit higher. And then an exhale, take your time, melting the spine back down 1 vertebrae at a time. Hug your knees in towards your chest, take a quick breath. Extend 2 straight legs up towards the ceiling, flex the feet, and then lift those weights back up to the sky again. Curling up into a chest lift here. Take little crunches, reaching for those toes. Exhale, lift. Like you're trying to touch your toes. For better neck alignment, keep your chin close to your chest and look towards your inner thighs. Again, we're working in an imprint when we do our ab series. Keep your lower back flat, keep your tailbone down. And staying lifted, rotate the palms of your hands to face in towards each other. Now we twist, opposite weight coming towards the outside of that opposite ankle. Twist, twist. Try to hold the legs really still. Easier said than done. Rotate through the ribs, getting one shoulder blade off the mat with each little twist that you take. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in, nice and tight to your chest. Breathe. And then extend your legs straight along your mat. Bring your arms back up to the sky, palms facing forward. Taking an inhale through the nose. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Begin to roll yourself all the way up. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Roll it up. And one more time. Roll it down. And coming up. Exhale up. Rotate the palms of the hands in to face each other. Roll down just a quarter of the way. Bend the elbows in. Roll yourself back up. Open the arms to the side. Rolling down about a quarter of the way. Bring the weights to the chest. chest. Open it back up as you sit tall. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, sit tall. Feel your heels dragging on the floor. Try not to let them jump up and down. 3 more. If the weights are getting to be too much, feel free to set them down. 2 more. Then we're gonna advance. You're gonna roll down just about halfway. Weights are at the chest. From here, we open the arms out to the side. Then from here, we lift the arms up, potentially tap the weights together. Open them back out to the side. Bring them back in towards the chest. Sit tall, open the arms. That's 1 long set. Exhale, roll down, bring the weights to the chest. From there, open the arms. From there, lift the arms. Lower the arms. Bring them back to the chest. Sit tall, open the arms. 2 more full sets. Roll it down, weights at the chest. Open the arms. Lift the arms. Lower the arms. Bend the elbows, weights to the chest. And coming back up, open the arms. Last time. Roll it down, weights come to the chest. Open the arms. Lift the arms. Open the arms. Weights to the chest. Sit tall, open the arms. Great job, you guys. Shoulders should be toasty. Set those weights off to the side. Let's give our arms and abs a little bit of a breather here. Glue the legs together tight. We'll take our spine twist, bringing our arms directly out to the side. Rotate your upper body 3 times to the right. 3 little pulses. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center. To the left. 3, 2, 1. Center. And to the right. 3, 2, 1. And to the left. 3, 2, 1. Center. Separate the feet, also about as wide as the mat. Taking your inhale, rotate your upper body to the right. Exhale, saw off that right pinky toe. Inhale, restack the spine, stay twisted. And then an exhale to come back to center. Inhale to twist to the left. Exhale to reach for the left pinky toe. Inhale to restack, but stay twisted. And then an exhale to center. Inhale, twist to the right. Exhale, saw. Inhale, restack. Exhale, center. And last time to the left, twist. Saw, long arms, reach, reach, reach. Restack. And center. Good, awesome. Scooch forward towards the front of the mat, a little bit more than you might already be. Glue your legs together, holding onto the tops of our knees. We're gonna do our teasers here. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, curl down just slightly back of your sit bones. From there, you can float one leg up to tabletop. Once you feel like you have your balance, bring the other one up to join it. If you feel balanced, extend the arms forward in front of you and begin to pump the arms similar to the 100s. We want to pump with some resistance here, as if we're trying to stay afloat in a pool of water. So not lackadaisically, yeah, with some vigor. And then your abs are going to have to work to stabilize against that movement. In through the nose for 5. Out through the mouth for 5. You can always put your feet back down on the floor if you need a break. Slowly float the arms to the sky. Inhale, back to shoulder height. Exhale, lift the arms. Inhale, lower the arms. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Stop the arms at shoulder height. Interlace the fingers. Pointer fingers can come forward. Twist through the rib cage side to side. Twist and twist. Holding the legs stationary. Good. Come back to center. Separate the hands. Bring the arms forward. With control, roll down to your back. 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale, bring the arms to the ceiling. Bring the knees over the hips. Exhale, let the legs move away from you a little bit. Roll yourself all the way back up. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, arms to the sky. And exhale, roll it up. If you're struggling a lot, that is normal. Things are tough. A modification would be like this, with your feet on the floor. 2 more. Exhale, roll it down. Legs are either in tabletop or down on the floor for a modification. One more time. Let's end all the way up. Place your feet down if you have them up in that teaser. Take a second. We're gonna move into rolling like a ball. So again, definitely make sure you have space and make sure you're on a cushy surface. Like if you're doing this on a mat on top of concrete, not a good idea because it's gonna hurt your spine. So like if you're outside or something, be careful. We're gonna round our spine. We're gonna hold underneath our calves with our hands. You're gonna roll back just to the tips of the shoulders and then come back up. Rolling back just to the tips of the shoulders and coming back up. Rolling like a ball is the actual name of this exercise. It should feel pretty good once you get the hang of it. And what you're looking for in yourself here is that your spine is moving or rolling seamlessly, just like a ball. You don't want it to roll like a triangle or a square in the sense that you're feeling like any kerplunking. So we're trying to get the spine to round, be nice and fluid-like. 2 more times. We've talked a lot about our spinal articulation. On this last one, balance, hold it. Hold, hold, hold. Arms coming forward, belly to spine. Let's just stay here. Hold, find stillness. Wide collarbone, breathe. If anyone wants to advance it, arms and legs can lift high, 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 reaching for the top corners where the wall and the ceiling meet. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and press. Ooh, good. Nice, you guys. Lay down on your belly. Bring your weights with you. Laying on your belly, just have them handy. We'll get to them in a second. We are going to separate our feet just about as wide as our mat. Move the hands forward just slightly in front of your shoulders, maybe more forward if you know your back is a little on the tighter side. From this position, you're going to gently press into your hands, lift your chest, take a nice swan stretch, and then an exhale, lower yourself back down. Inhale, lift the chest, extend the spine, and an exhale, lower. 2 more. Keep your pubic bone attached to your mat. It's super important. 1 more time. And exhale, lower down. Okay, breaststroke prep. So the legs are gonna stay down. We're just gonna lift our upper body and our hands off the floor into a slight hover and then put it all back down. Lift your upper body and your arms, slight hover, good, and then come back down. So let's do a few more reps just like this. Once you know what you're doing, we're just gonna look straight down at the floor so that the back of our neck is long and wrinkle free. 1 more time. All right, then progressing, we're gonna lift the upper body slightly, reach the arms forward, bend the arms back in, and then lower the body down. So we lift the chest, reach the arms forward, bend the arms, and lower the chest. Lift, reach, bend, lower. The legs are on the floor. You have even pressure for your 2 hip bones and your pubic bone so that your pelvis is neutral. 2 more. You're not just jamming into your hips. 1 more. Good. Then stack your hands, one on top of each other. Bend your knees, bring your heels together, toes apart, coming into our little Pilates V. Knees are just slightly wider than the mat, and you're going to gently stamp your feet up and down on the ceiling. Just little stamps up and down. The goal of the exercise here is to target the glutes and the hamstrings while trying to keep the upper body relaxed. So we're not tensing up our neck, we're not tensing up our shoulders. It takes practice to learn how to turn on and off certain muscle groups. This is a great exercise to practice that. So it's not too challenging in terms of the actual exercise, but it is kind of mentally challenging to keep those shoulders relaxed. And then we'll keep those legs lifted up just slightly off the floor into a hover and gently clap the heels together. Little tiny heel beats. Clap, clap, clap. And then keeping those heels connected, gently stamp the feet up and down again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Glue the knees together and let the feet fall side to side, letting the hips kind of peel off the mat a little bit as your feet fall to one side and the other. Okay, then we're gonna combine everything. So we're gonna assume that same position. So in your Pilates V, heels together, hands at the forehead. Lift your upper body and your legs up off the floor, and then put it back down. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, put everything down. As much as you're lifting, I want you to think of lengthening, like somebody's pulling your spine. Grow longer. 3 more. And 2. Last time. Take a breather, shake it out if you need to. Got one more advancement. This one has a lot of fun coordination. So if you need to watch first, it's not a bad idea. We're gonna lift everything up into a slight hover. Then we're gonna reach the arms and legs out straight. Then as your hands pull to your thighs, you're gonna bend the knees, lifting up slightly higher, and then lower everything back down. Inhale, lift the chest and the thighs. Exhale, straighten the arms and the legs. Inhale, lift up higher, bend the knees, reach for the thighs. And then exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift to a hover. Exhale, straighten out. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale, hover. Exhale, straight. Inhale, bend the knees, lift, lift, lift. And exhale, lower down. Plant your palms, press back into a big, glorious child's pose, and your hips to your heels. Releasing your spine of all that extension work. Nice work. Okay, let's shift ourselves up to an all-fours position. You're gonna need one weight, have it handy. We will have our shoulders above our wrists, our hips above our knees. Taking an inhale, tilt your tail up your sternum for cow. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, round the spine, push the floor away, look at your thighs. Again, inhale, tilt your tail, lift your chest, draw your shoulders down your back. And exhale, round your spine, push the floor away towards your thighs. Lengthen out to neutral, grab your weight with your right hand. From here, extend the right arm and the left leg. Hold it. Flex your left foot so that your 5 toes face the floor. And then make sure your right arm is rotated so that your thumb is the thumb side facing the ceiling. Just holding, find stillness. Soften your left elbow. Try to widen your left fingers. And now from here, we round the spine. Pull the elbow and knee together, curl into a tight ball. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, round the spine. You can point your foot as you round your spine. Flex your foot as you straighten. Exhale, round. Inhale, straight. 2 more, round. And straight. Last time, round. And straight. Hold, left foot is flexed, 5 toes face the floor. From here, take your right arm, open it out to the side. Palm of the hand is facing the floor. Small pulses of that right arm. Nothing else is moving, just your right arm. Careful your left leg doesn't start to wander. Keep it directly behind you at hip height. Take your right hand, continue it, bring it all the way to your hip. Palm faces in towards you. Pulse the right arm. Up and down a few inches, moving from that shoulder. Targeting the tricep. Left leg is staying still. It's still active. Take baby tricep kickbacks with your right arm. Little bend and straight, bend, straight. Tight core. Keep pushing away from the floor. Try not to sink into your left shoulder. And then keeping your right arm straight at your tush. Rotate the palm of your hand to face the ground. Pulse the arm and the leg together here. Finish strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place everything down. Shake it out or take a child's pose, whatever you need to do. And then we'll shift ourselves back up to our all fours and we'll switch hands. So you're going to start with your left arm forward in front of you. And your right leg behind you. Find stillness. Sometimes the hardest thing is just staying still. That's why I don't like to meditate. Hold still. Don't let anything move. Belly's in. Soft right arm. All right, point your right foot, round your spine, pull your elbow and knee together. Flex your right foot, extend everything out. Point the foot, round the spine. Flex the foot, extend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. One more time. Hold it. Keeping your right leg straight. Open your left arm to the side. From there, pulse only your left arm. And it doesn't have to be a huge movement. It should only be a couple of inches. Be mindful of what's going on with the rest of your body. Right leg is at hip height. Then take that left hand, swing it all the way to that left hip, palm faces in towards you, pulse that left arm, moving from the shoulder. The right leg is still silent, keeping it at hip height. And then baby tricep kickbacks with that left arm, tiny bend and extend. See if you can push away from the floor a little bit more, so you're not sinking into it. And then rotating the palm of your left hand down to face the floor, pulse the arm and the leg together for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. You can set your weight out of the way, so your hips to your heels. Take another big child's pose. Shifting yourself up to an all-fours position. Tuck the toes underneath you. Lift your hips up. Take this into downward facing dog. Pedal out by alternating, bending your knees, stretch out your calves, stretch out your hamstrings, really melt your chest through your arms back towards your thighs. Then we'll bring the big toes together to touch. Take the shoulders, slide them forward on top of the wrists, coming into our first plank of the class. Widen your fingers. Activate the muscles in your hands by gripping at the floor a little bit through your fingers. Now, we're going to keep our arms straight, and this might come off a little strange, but we're going to allow the shoulder blades to sink together and then press apart. So sink and press apart. Now, depending on the flexibility through your shoulders, you might not move as much as myself or anybody else. We all have different ranges of motion through the scapula. The arms are staying straight, shoulder blades pinch together, and glide apart. These are technically coined rhomboid push-ups. The rhomboids are the muscles between the shoulder blades. Let's go for 3, and 2, they're tough. 1 more. When you finish, place the knees down, brief child's pose. We'll do another set of it so you can practice. All right, so shifting up to all fours, tuck the toes, downward dog. Feet come together, shift forward, high plank. If you would like to modify, you can do this on the knees like so. It's the same thing, shoulder blades squeeze together and glide apart. Squeeze and glide, squeeze, glide. Head stays up in alignment with your spine. Usually the biggest error is that head. Make sure it's not leading the way. Go for 5. And 4. Good. And 3. 2. 1. Take it back into a child's pose. Excellent work. Okay, we're going to come down onto our elbows and forearms to give our wrists a little breather. We'll go ahead and let's do the legs together for this. So elbows and forearms, legs together, coming into a plank. I want you to separate your hands so that they are in line with your elbows. Then I want you to make 2 fists, point your thumbs up to the ceiling, and press down through the pinky side of your wrist. So most of our weight isn't just dug into our elbows here. Press down equally through your forearm. Stay here, hold, build some heat. Scoop your tailbone underneath you slightly like a sad dog. your right leg up 2 or 3 inches, put it back down, and then switch and switch. Alternate continuously, just lifting the leg. Try not to let the hips move. Keep pressing down through your wrists. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the knees down, press back into a nice child's pose. And then shifting up into either a modified plank or a full plank for tricep push-ups. Elbows graze the sides of the ribs. You can do somewhere between 5 and 10. We will do 2 sets. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Shoulders never go lower than your elbows. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. 2 sets, somewhere between 5 and 10. Between those sets, take a child's pose, shake it out, breathe. Grab some water, fix your clothing, whatever you need to do. When you feel recovered and you're ready for it, let's do round 2. 5 to 10. Take your time, no rush. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up. Remember that moving slow is harder. Don't move too fast. When you finish however many you're doing, press it back into another child's pose. Breathe, roll out your wrists, or if you want to fold the wrists out in opposite directions, that's also kind of nice. Whew. Okay. Let's next, again, have one weight, make our way onto our side. We'll do some side lying work. Either side you want to start on is fine. I like to think of lining the spine up to the back of the mat, so it's all the way back. And then my knees come up in front of me so that they're in line with the hips, and my shin bones are parallel to the front of the mat. I'm gonna hold the weight onto my top knee, and from there, just simply open and close the top knee. Yep. Keep the feet together. Keep the bottom foot connected to the floor. Really try to relax your neck here, just using your bottom arm as a little pillow. If that's not comfortable, you can actually grab a pillow, or sometimes a yoga block is a nice alternative if you have it. We're gonna lift our feet off the floor now and continue with that top knee. Open and close. Keep your prop on your knee to provide a little extra weight. Though you can totally do this without weights and it's still pretty challenging. We should be feeling it in the glutes, not only the top glute, but also the bottom glute. Lower the feet back down to the floor. Let's do the same set, so round 2, repeating what we just did. The feet are connected and low. Make sure those knees are still in line with your hip joints. Abs are still tight. And this is where it really starts to burn. Hang in there. Lift your feet. Almost done. Keeping the feet connected. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the feet down. Keep your weight. You're going to hold it in your hand. Bend your elbow so that it's just hovering above your waist, and then open and close the forearm. Up and parallel to the floor. Up towards the ceiling, parallel to the floor. So the elbow never touches you, but it is very, very close. The hand never goes lower than your abdomen on the way down. And you should feel a lot of work in the muscles in the back of your shoulder. Small yet mighty. These muscles work opposite to your pecs, so they're really beneficial for your posture, so we're not walking around with our shoulders hunched forward. Let's go for 5. Should be burning. 4, slow. 3, especially on the way down, resist. 2, and 1. Great job. You can set that weight off to the side for the moment. Extend the legs out straight. Feet come towards that bottom front corner of the mat. So our spine is at the back of the mat. Our feet are towards the front of the mat. We're kind of in a banana shape. You're gonna place your top hand on the floor in front of your belly button. Flex both of your feet and lift up your top leg into a hover so that your hip, knee, and ankle are on the same plane. Bring the leg forward with a flexed foot. Point the foot and bring the leg back. Flex to come forward and point to come back. One of your goals is to have the leg move the same distance forward and the same distance backwards. Now that could be challenging for sure, so we're using our abdominals to help make sure the pelvis isn't like spilling forward as the leg goes back. This is a pretty common error. Make sure you're not coming into this kind of a position. Hold your spine still, hold your hips still. So this hand on the floor can be helpful for balance. And on the next one, bring the leg forward in front of you. Let's point the toes and draw 3 quick circles. 3, 2, 1, reverse it. 3, 2, 1, again. 3, 2, 1, reverse. 3, 2, 1, hold it. Flex the foot. Think of pigeon toeing your foot. So now your toes face the floor, your heel faces the ceiling. And now give me little pulses here. And we should really be feeling that top bun. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breather, rest. You can smack out that cheek if you need to. Then we're gonna pull the legs back so that we are a completely straight, nice flat line, like a pencil. Top hand's gonna come onto the floor. You're gonna flex your feet again. Lift up your top leg, lift up your bottom leg, and lower them down together. Lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg to meet it, and then come back down slowly. Lift, lift, and lower. Lift, lift, and lower. Lift, lift, you got it. So it's a little inner thigh, it's a little glute, but it's a lot of obliques. Small controlled movements. Whew. 2 more. Keep your hand on the floor, it's easier. 1 more. Okay, good. Now take this top leg, bend your knee, place your foot flat onto the floor. If you can reach and you would like to, you can hold on to your ankle. That's how I like to do it. Bottom leg is straight. You're gonna flex your foot. You're gonna lift up that bottom leg, up and down, up and down. If this top leg position isn't working out for you, you can always just kind of go like this. It's not the best alignment, but it's okay. Aim for something like this. That way our hips are stacked. Keep the bottom leg lifted, hold it. Try to relax your neck and shoulders. Pulse the bottom leg. Draw a little circle with the bottom leg. Reverse it. And pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, everyone. Smack it out. Sit yourself all the way up. And let's do the other side. Bring your weight with you. We'll see if we can remember all of that. It was a lot of fun stuff we did. First thing we did was clam. So we're going to line our spine up towards the back of the mat. You're gonna bend your knees, bring your knees up in line with your hips, and have your shin bones parallel to the front of your mat. Hold your weight down onto your knee, and keeping your feet together, open and close your top knee. Exhale to open, inhale, close. Exhale, open, inhale, close. Nice 90-degree angle from your hip to your torso. So make sure those knees are high enough. Resisting gravity on the way down. No crash landings. Good. Lift the feet. Keep going. Open and close. See if you can still feel as though there's a little sliver of space between your bottom oblique and your mat. Just so that there's this essence of our abdominals staying contracted. Lower the feet back down to the floor. Continue with your top knee. Open and close. And hang in there. The second side is always a little bit harder. You can do it. Lift the feet for the last set of this. Open and close. Go for 5, 4, and 3. Really rotate. 2, and 1. Nice job. Let your legs rest. We're going to keep that weight in our hand. We're going to bend our elbows so that it's hovering above your waistline, and then from there, it's an external rotation of the forearm. The elbow's right on top of your waist. Don't let it fall back behind you. And then we're going to lower it back down so it's parallel to the floor. It doesn't go any lower than your body. Rotate up towards the ceiling, parallel to the floor. Good. Up to the ceiling, parallel to the floor. As if there's an imaginary table so that your hand can't go any lower than that point. I want you to emphasize putting the brakes on as the arm is lowering, because that's really the hardest part. Hang in there. Exhale to rotate. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. You can set that weight down. Extend the legs out straight on a diagonal, feet coming towards the front bottom corner of your mat. Top hand on the floor in front of your belly. Flex the feet and then lift up that top leg. You're going to flex the foot, kick the leg forward, point the foot, move the leg backwards. Flex coming forward, point coming back. One of your biggest goals is to keep the distance of the leg moving forward the same as the distance moving backwards. Same distance forward, same distance backwards. Then the next goal is to keep the hips completely quiet. No movement. That boils down to your abs working to control your pelvis, control your spine. Couple more here. And bringing the leg forward, point the toes. 3 quick circles. 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 3, 2, 1. Repeat. 3, 2, 1. And reverse. 3, 2. Hold it. Flex the foot. Internally rotate your leg. Toes down, heel towards the sky. Little pulses up and up. Make sure your hip didn't come forward. There's a clean break between your leg and your torso. 5, it should be burning. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake it out, smack it out, whatever you need to do. Pull the legs all the way back so that you are one long straight line like a nice pencil. Flex the feet, hand on the floor. Lift up your top leg just so that your foot's as high as your hip. It's not a very big lift. Then the bottom leg joins it, and then they lower down together. Lift, lift, lower together. Lift, lift, lower together. Lift, lift, and lower. Couple more. Notice your top oblique. You should feel your abs just as much as your legs. Lift, lift, lower. 2 more. Lift, lift, lower. Last one. Lift, lift, lower. All right, we have one more variation. Bend your knee, place your foot flat onto the floor. Grab a hold of it with your hand if you can and still keep your shoulders open. Bottom leg is straight, bottom foot is flexed, and we're gonna lift and lower that bottom leg. Lift and lower. Exhale up. Exhale up. Keeping the hips stacked, don't roll backwards. Keep the leg lifted up, hold it, find stillness. See if you can perfect your form, grow a little bit longer, relax your neck. Pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, everyone. Go ahead and reach both legs out straight and then roll onto your belly. Separating your feet about as wide as your mat. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Taking your inhales, press into your hands, lift your chest for swan stretch. And a nice exhale, lower it back down. Again, inhale, lift, extend. And exhale, lower it down. And one more time, lift. And lower it down. Plant the palms, press back into a child's pose. Sitting your hips to your heels, release your spine. Shifting up to an all fours position. Tuck the toes underneath you. Lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Paddle out. Big toes come together to touch. Take an inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step through your two hands, low lunge. Plant your left palm firmly. We're gonna flow through our stretch today. Open your right arm, twist to the right. Untwist, two hands on the floor. Scoot them back a little bit so that they're closer to your back leg. Flex your front foot as you straighten out through the front leg, potentially come onto your fingertips, and then transition back into your lunge. So leaning forward as you come into two relatively straight legs, lifting the chest as you come into your lunge. If you need to bring your feet closer to each other so this isn't as intense, that's totally fair. I'm going to adjust a little. And two more. Lean forward as you straighten the front leg. Lift the chest slightly as you bend the front leg. And in the lunge position again, let's take that twist. Plant the left palm, open the right arm, twist, twist, twist. And untwist. Plant both palms firmly, step back into a plank, feet together nice and tight. Just hold it, find some stillness. Fingertips pressing into the floor. Pike the hips into downward dog, paddle out. Big toes are still together. Take an inhale, reach your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step through, low lunge, hold it. Plant the right palm, open your left arm, twist, 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 breathe, reach. Untwist, feel free to scoot your feet a little closer together. Flow between triangle and hip flexor. Triangle, we lean forward and we flex that front foot. Hip flexors lunge, we lift the chest slightly. You can move as quick or as slow as you prefer. A little bit dynamic of a movement. Two more. When you're ready, coming into your lunge, we're going to take our twist again. Plant your right palm, open your left arm, twist, twist, twist. And untwist, plant both palms. Step back, high plank, feet together, hold it. Glutes active, legs active. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Start to lift the hips back up into down dog. This time, separate your feet about as wide as your mat. Scoot your hands back a little bit closer to your feet. Take your right hand, grab onto the outside of your left calf, pull yourself under for mid-back twist. Feel free to bend your knees, paddle out. Replace your right hand. Take your left hand, grab onto the outside of your right calf, pull yourself under, bend the knees, take any movement. Replace your hand. Take any last final movements here in this downward facing dog. When you're ready, gently lower your knees down to the mat. Swing your big toes together. Knees stay wide. Sitting your hips to your heels, reaching those arms forward in front of you. Gently rock your head side to side, massaging that third eye. And when you feel ready, start to walk your hands back towards your knees, sitting your hips to your heels. Hands along the legs, sit tall. Take your shoulders up to your ears, roll them down your back. Keep them there the rest of your day or night. And I'll see you guys next time. I hope you feel fantastic, nice and worked out. If you like this video, comment below and subscribe to the eye, and I'll see you guys around. Bye. Poop. Poop, poop, poop. And when you feel ready, gently place those knees down onto the floor. Swing the big toes together, keeping the knees wide, sitting the hips to the heels. Forehead comes down to the mat. Gently massage your third eye side to side. When you feel ready, start to walk your hands back to your thighs, sitting your hips, keeping your hips to your heels. And roll yourself up, taking your shoulders up, down, and back. And you are all done. I hope everyone feels fantastic. That was a tough workout, but I know you nailed it. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. If you like this video, comment below and subscribe to the Eye. Bye.